Hello everyone, this is Lori Jacobs from Jacobs Homestead, and today's the day I got my baby chicken eggs in. It's supposed to be a variety across, so this is my first time ordering hatching eggs by mail, so I'm not sure. I figured I'd open the package. I don't see how they can, I know they say the shells need air. Get much. Oh my gosh, should have had a packing knife, I guess would have been better. Okay, let's see what they look like. It's supposed to be a variety of different kinds of eggs. There's, I think, 12 or 13. Ooh, I didn't know there was going to be newspaper. I wouldn't have brought it in my office. Okay, but I guess they need that. Oh, let's see, this is so cool and exciting. Can you see that? All shredded newspaper in there. I got my incubator set up. I just wanted to make sure. Oh my gosh, they're all wrapped individual in plastic. I didn't know that they could do that. I thought they had to have the air to breathe. Okay. Oh my gosh, they're kind of cold. I hope they'll survive. These are, it takes, I guess they can go 4 days, I guess, when they're first laid. So this is one. Well, I'll get the rest of them out and I'll get them set up in the tray and then I'll be back. Okay, so I got the eggs in the incubator. It's supposed to be up to 90, I think it's 99, so I'm going to, at least it's warmer inside of there than it is in my, and I watched a video when they said it's good to use hydrogen peroxide, first aid. The guy said he sprayed his eggs with it and he had 100%. Just keeps any bacteria down. You can't wash your eggs, but if you spray them, it keeps the chicks healthy for somehow. So I'm going to try it. This is supposed to be a barnyard mix. Most of them, I only see like 2 that looks, well, there's some darker ones and lighter ones, so we'll see what we get. So these were shipped on, I'll cover this up. This is the incubator I told you my friend found. It has these trays that move it has 2 cords to it. One for heating with a thermostat. It was brand new. She found it at the dump, which I think is pretty cool. Move these cords. Okay. It's right now, because I opened it, it's up to close to 85. And then I got to just watch it closely to see when the temperature gets to 99. And then I'm going to make sure that red light is out when it's at 99 and it'll just kick in. So we'll see what else happens. And let's see. They made, whoop, it's one of them touch lights. They mailed them 4 days ago. So I would guess so that light just went out. That means that it's not up to temperature, so I have to turn the heat up a little more until it gets to 99. It also has a little thing inside that you can water, but the water to keep the moisture. And it has a thermostat in there too. Came with, I don't know if you can see it very well. So we'll see how that goes. And then we'll keep an update and see. But this is my incubator and I'm pretty excited. So, be back in a minute. Okay, they say, see these holes here? These are, I believe, breathing holes. But they said these holes, you can plug them up if it doesn't get warm enough. But we'll wait and see what that happens and leave those. If it gets too hot, you can open that to release extra heat. So we're going to get back to it and see how things go. I keep it in my office. It's the only place I can keep my grandson from. At least I can lock the door when he's here. I can show him it, but I don't have to, one second. Let me, okay, as you can see, the temperature says a little bit before 100. It should be 99.5. Now there's a thermostat over there. it says it's above 99.5. That's why you have to use both. So we'll try. I shut this down a little bit to try to get, and I took the tissues. I had some tissues plugged in the hole to bring it up to temperature quicker, and I took them out now. And we'll see how that goes. Oh, this light, every time I touch it by accident. Okay, and we'll see how that goes, and we'll check it back in about 5 minutes. Okay, so I have to keep playing with this. Now it dropped down to 90, so I put it up again because the light was out and it went down to 90. And on that other, let's see, thermometer, it's down to about 90. So we'll see what happens. I took those out, and the light's still on, so we'll see if it shuts off when it gets to about 99. We'll be back in a minute. While we're waiting for the temperature to get up, I'm going to read you a little bit. And for those of you who don't have, like my chickens are not laying eggs right now because the weather's starting to get cold and it gets dark earlier, so they've already stopped laying. So I ordered these from eBay, and they came to $26.74 for 13 eggs. And it says 12 plus 1 large breed chicken hatching eggs barnyard mix, a dozen free range chickens. So we'll see what we get, how they work out. For those of you who are doing this for the first time, I recommend that if you buy your eggs from someone you know that has chickens, because I did this a couple of years ago. We hatched chickens before. We had a styrofoam cooler because we didn't have the money to buy an incubator, but we had a styrofoam cooler. We set it up. We cut the top of the cooler and put a plastic, like if you have a CD case, the plastic case, and we taped that around the window. We put ear holes in it. We had a light bulb in there that I had attached, and there's some videos on there on how to make your own incubators. But it was our first time, and we had hay in the bottom, and I also had we had to turn the eggs 2 to 3 times a day, which was a little hard. This thing here is a little easier. I mean, it's not hard, but it's, I ran out of memory. I had to take the SD card out and put it back in the computer and download it so I can empty it so I can finish recording. But what I was saying is, when we did the old-fashioned, the handmade incubator out of the styrofoam, we also had, we kept like a washcloth in a bowl, wet washcloth in a bowl to keep the moisture and watch that. And it worked out great. We heard the chickens started to try to peck through the eggs and everything. The only problem was I didn't realize that the girl that I bought the eggs from, and I don't think she realized it because she knew I was buying them for hatching, is she was using oyster shell in her chicken feed so that her eggs would be hard because she sold them for cooking. And so the egg shells were so hard the chickens couldn't get out. And I kept hearing them chirping and chirping, and I seen little pecks, but everything I watched, they said don't help them, don't do it because you can make it worse. And I felt terrible, but we only had I think 1 or 2 chicks, that maybe 3 at the most, that survived out of that because they couldn't get through the shells. So if you use your own or you buy them from a neighbor, make sure they're not using oyster shell in their eggs. Make sure you do not wash them. You can spray, like I said, the hydrogen peroxide on the outside. A lot of people have had success with it, 100%. It kills the bacteria. So this is my first time using an electric incubator, and we'll see how that goes. When I lived at my other farmhouse, we had a broody hen, and she was really good. She even took care of ducks and everything. But I don't have a separate place for her. I do have one chicken that's broody, but I gave her almost 30 days to lay on the eggs, which she never hatched. So I don't know if my rooster's sterile or not. I guess I need to get another rooster. He's the only rooster I have is silky. So, and the mother that was broody was a silky. So I don't know. But anyways, so that's what I recommend. If you don't, we'll see how this goes. I'll make a part 2. This is going to be part 1, and then when they hatch, I'll make a part 2 and show how they hatch and everything. But we'll see how this is going. Let's check. I'm going to check the incubator. I'm going to make sure I went over everything that I know to as far as that. Now they say 21 days in the incubator. Now this is something because the eggs were in the mail. They were shipped they're 4 days old. So that's one thing I'm not positive. If you start from the time they're in the incubator, 21 days, or from the time they were laid. So what I'll do is, if in 21 days they're not hatched from the 4 days, I'll give them the extra 4 days to see what happens. 4 or 5 days anyways. You know, it's like humans, you know, your babies can come early or late, so I'm sure with chicken eggs it can be similar. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll be recording it and make it a part 2 to this video. So anyways, let's check. I'm going to check the temperature again. Let's see. Okay, the temperature looks like it's very good. It's on 90. The lights just kicked in. It was off before and it was on 95, 95, but let's see if it goes up to 99. And the other, oh my gosh, I can't even see it. I don't know why that's so hard to see unless that thermostat isn't really good, because it's laying down. Okay, that's that. Now the thermostat that's in there says it's a little bit above 99.5. I can't see it with that metal bar in the way. Okay, where the line is that says where the chickens should be. I don't know if you can see that. It's that metal bar is in the way. Okay, so the light just went off and it was at there. So I'm going to, let's see. It's right at 95. I'm going to just turn it up just a slight and keep an eye on that so it doesn't get too hot. But I took the paper out of the holes. I might leave the paper in just one. We'll see how that goes, but I still have room to go up. So anyways, I'll get back to you in a little bit. Okay, so we'll get back to you in part 2, and if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and check out our links below, and then have a blessed day. Thanks.